Hello and welcome to Geek at Play Studio Tutorials. In this tutorial we'll look how to create lighting inside the forest. So we'll look on different type of lightings and how it may impact your scenery as well. So let's go ahead, first create terrain, and this will be our base for our forest. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stretch. Again, to stretch, just go to the sides of your terrain, click and drag. And will increase size of terrain just in that direction. So if you're going on the corners, that will increase in every direction, included your up Z scale, in which case we don't want it. We actually want to select and bring a little bit down, so make a little bit flatter. Will be base for our forest. Also, when you create terrain look like landscapes or other things, it depends how you like it. I like to see it's more stretch, more panoramic view. So in this case, we'll go ahead, select render to screen, click down and go to the free user define. And now we'll go to the other option and we'll just increase only one. Maybe go down to the 600 and 200 height, click OK. You notice right here we have a very stretchy look. Let's go select our camera. We'll just kind of readjust it. So we'll have it about maybe like this. Okay, at this point we're ready to place materials and trees on our terrain. Okay, let's click our terrain and let's load it material for this. And in basic we'll go to just landscape and we'll select the grass material. Click OK. At this point, if we go ahead and let's maybe make 800 so we can see easier. If we render, here's our basic view. You can see like on a back, like here we have a little bit background popping out. So let's go select our ground and switch same material to the grass. In that case, everything blends. Okay, next what we're going to do is apply maybe some trees to this. And here's the interesting things we can do with ecosystem. I want to show you some small tips. So let's create first layer of ecosystem. We'll go to general, add, plant. And what we're going to do is add maybe some of the trees. So let's go ahead, select or you can select any other tree you like it. Again, if you with the extreme on infinity, this tree will include in your collection. If you with complete or pioneer or other ones, you may need purchase additional modules like ecosystem, or you need to purchase additional plants, or again you can use just wherever you like it, your custom on plants or any other ones. So here is finish our tree. Let's click populate. We'll click on preview in this case. Okay, and this is just a simple one thing. What I want to do, actually I want to take our camera and bring it a little bit down. I want to see the kind of ground roots. So let me enter this way. Okay, and next what for this one, I want to place the grass for my forest, but I want to place grass just around my trees. So I don't want to place it right in the middle, somewhere right here. And if you do by the hand, it's kind of hard. You need to take airbrush and airbrush everywhere. But with the ecosystem, actually it's much more easy to do. So let's go create new layer. We'll move this above. So we have it one. Let's call it tree. And we'll go ahead right here, trees, leave it as a grass, and this we call base. So we know. Now we select the grass, we go ahead, add plant. I'll go to the grasses and we go ahead, select the long grass, click OK. The one thing what I want to modify before we're populating, it's work with distribution, and I'm paired with affiliate with a layer. So if we're going all the way up to the size, what does it mean affinity with a layer? The population will prefer around the objects on an ecosystem below this. So if we're going all the way here, this is won't be close, but if we go 100%, or maybe 98, the all trees will populate just around, all grass will be populated just around trees. So let's increase density as well. Visible result. And when we start preview, you can see it does distribute other places, but it's try to stay very close around the trees we just created. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead, reduce just scaling slightly. Also, I want to enable shrink at low densities, so we'll have it realistic look. Okay, one more populating. Of course, it will have it more instance because we just increased. And you can notice right here we have a nice population just around the trees. Also, let's go back to our tree and let's add slightly variation. And we can do add variation different ways. One, we can go ahead and just select, for example, we have it elder late spring, so let's go select maybe one late summer. Okay, and let's go ahead and add one, maybe around again, it won't be that many. What I want to do is just add different type of leaves and coloring. If you look in a forest, they're never exactly the same. Some trees look yellowish, some greenish, so that's what we try to do. As well as the presence we will modify, so we can have a different type of more, for example, greenish and a little bit less few of only yellow kind of looking. Okay, so let's go ahead present, and we'll just drop down to about 7 on this one, and we'll leave as default. So let's go to populate trees. Let me see if I can, maybe let's look nicer this way. And we also need to repopulate now grass, because if you remember, it is affected with layer under this. So if we change one layer, we want to repopulate other layer to make it link together. Okay, again, I think this is kind of very nice base looking for our forest, so we can start working on the lighting. And one thing in the lighting, it is positioning its will light, its will effect probably about 70 up to 60 maybe %, or dramatically your scenery, depending on how you want to position the light. One thing also in the forest, we want to add maybe fog and haze. Let's go to atmosphere tab, we'll go to edit, we'll go to sky fog, and we want to modify a little bit glowing effect and also aerial perspective. So we're going all the way to the 10. This will add a little bit more aerial perspective, a little bit more haze we can add inside our forest. And again, by doing this, it will increase kind of glowing on our lights. We'll take our sunlight and let's position behind. Okay, next things what we want to do, modify on a sun. Let's go to atmosphere editor, we'll go to the sun position, and we'll just modify a little bit, decrease corona, so it's well decrease a little bit glowing around sun and make increase visible sun. However, because we modify the glow intensity, sun won't be that visible. To make it a little bit more visible, let's decrease amount of glowing. And then next also we increase a little bit height of our sky and drop down sky ground density, so we'll make it darker. Okay. At this point, if we preview our image, you can see with adding haze we have a better distribution here, but our ground still kind of look not real natural. So let's go to atmosphere editor, and we'll go to the light tab, and we'll go ahead and move towards the sunlight. As well, I want to change my ambient light color, and I want ambient, I want to bring down to a bit less saturated and darker color. Okay, let's click OK. This way will decrease quite a bit of overall lighting but it does provide nice lighting on a ground, so it's have it less more kind of blend together. Okay, next things, we'll go ahead add object for our sun, and we go ahead enable soft shadows. Okay, let's go ahead, click OK. Let's go to atmosphere editor, and maybe a couple of things actually I want to do. I want to go ahead and increase a little bit on our glowing right here. Okay, and maybe, you know what, increase just slightly corner. So I want our matching a little bit better. Let's click OK. Let's go ahead preview one more time. So with increasing corner lighting, we just slightly increase lighting on our plants. This is very look nice sunsetty with the glowing leaves. Okay, couple things you can also add to the lighting on the forest. For this one, we're gonna go ahead and in sky you can increase volumetric and God rays, which is give it a little bit more hazy, but again it will increase kind of time for rendering. Now let's increase pop up a little bit on these ones. Okay. Let's go render final one for this one before we go to next step. Okay, and currently this kind of light forest with a sunrise or a sunset, you can see with the lighting composition we highlight very well on the leaves, so they bring nice coloring. You still have it different colors, and same the ground look more realistic. So let's go ahead and save this image. We'll come back to compare to other ones, and we'll try to create something rainy look. Okay, so what are we going to do? We'll go create move it, but before we do this, one thing I would highly recommend is go to your atmosphere and save it. It's very nice sometimes to just take few settings when you achieve this atmosphere that look awesome when you want to use it. So always save, create your own collection of atmospheres. It's much easier to go to the already preset and modify than create from scratch. So you save your atmospheres. Okay, after this we're ready to modify it. So let's open our terrain. What I want to do, just go ahead and repopulate one more time, so we'll have a little bit reset different ways. So we'll take our sunlight and we'll go ahead and move our sun a little bit on the left path. Okay, to increase, to make rainy look, the couple things, if you notice what we have at one, it's very ambient light, so it's kind of nice distribute, not very sharp edges, everything. Let's go make a bit darker, or to global illumination. It will provide a little bit better for the rainy look. Also we'll go to the sky and we'll pop up our haze and fog as well on the glowing. As well we go to aerial perspective and let's put it 100. So sometimes what happen, you cannot maybe slide your slider go up to 10, but you can still go ahead and tap inside. Okay, so let's go to the light now and make even a bit darker. Okay, let's go ahead preview. We'll go to preview mode and we'll preview these one settings right now. And you can notice we have a nice foggy look with a very gray sky, but again our problem with this is our ground is very highlighted, so we have very obvious unnatural looking ground. So what I want to do, I want to create a dark wet looking ground on this point. Okay, and a couple things we can do this. One, by adding clouds, and make a clouds is shadow density very heavy, so this will apply it, go to the light and move towards sunlight in this case. Okay, a bit more maybe from the sky. In this case what we have it, because with our clouds and everything, you can see we already start achieving a little bit darker look right here with the same kind of still be nice distribution. Next we'll go in a sky fog and we increase ground fog. Okay, more this way. Decreasing glowing, so it will be a little bit less. In that case, let's go to the light and make even overall clouds. Let's go add a little bit adjustment to the darker. Let's go preview. Again, right here we can see we have some shadows from the cloud. Let's go to our cloud and increase coverage, increase density. So we have it, shadows will distribute all the way, and clouds, it's which will provide for us this nice darker ground. That's what I want to do. The amount, details, we don't need it, it will be more even looking. Go all the way to the ambient light. Again, by combining different type of objects, we can create this nicer distribution. Okay. So this is look quite a bit rainy. However, we still probably work a little bit more on a lighting set by readjusting light position. Also, let's go just tweak a little bit more. So we'll use corona for our sun. Okay. On our lighting, we're on a dark, so over so properly. Let's go on the clouds again, and let's go one more on the case. Let's go drop down this way. Okay, it's a little bit too high, but fog is about right. Okay, I think we're ready for our final render. So here's our lighting for, we said, kind of foggy, raining look. It's not just the lighting, it's also include atmosphere preset, but overall it's how the light distributes. So we have even, not hard shadows, but at the same time it's more natural looking and way. Okay, so let's go save this image and we'll go create one more kind of sunshine look in the forest. Okay, so we're right here, and let's go ahead to atmosphere. We'll go ahead load atmosphere default so we can preview. Okay, we'll go to preview mode. Let's render. Here's our default one. And one thing is nice when you have it good sunshine, it is produce right positioning, so you have it shadows going a right way. And actually this is very nice for the beginning because we have it shadows just go on the ground around here. So they're about right position for our sunlight. Maybe just move slightly so we have it sharper kind of shadows. So maybe put it this way. Okay, let's go to atmosphere editing. And a couple things I want to look. One, it's the size of corona. What it does help. If we go all the way up to about 70 and we render preview right now, what is happening, it's imagine it's more glowing in the air, so you have it less kind of shadowing, it's overall overwhelming lighting. And this is actually very useful when you start modeling and used in city and you don't want very sharp kind of lights. But again, if we, for the scenery, for the forest, we actually want to decrease visible for that scene portion. So let's go to our light hub, and again, global illumination provide a very nice look inside the forest. It's take a little bit longer than other ones, but I like how the shadows under trees and everything distributing. Again, we'll go to ambient light, and let's put a little bit more naturally ambient. So darker green will which provide for our forest kind of greenish foresty, not just too light on our ambience around. Okay, we'll click OK on this one. Next we go ahead and move a little bit more sunshiny towards about 85. And however, we will modify shadows on our sun on this one. Let's go to the clouds. One thing which is help its distribution of the clouds properly. So we'll go ahead, select some default clouds for our sky. Okay, on these clouds I want to make a little bit for them stands out more, so increase ambient light. Shadow density, maybe just see how it will affect our. It will pop up maybe around here. Okay, also just decrease cover. The reason is why I want to use it God rays. So let's see what it does for us. Okay, we actually need decrease, even make less clouds. We have some patches of lights going through, but it will affect this kind of nice light position. Okay, so let's go ahead right here. Let's go to cloud, give it less on coverage. Okay, select our sunlight, maybe more towards this way. And one nice thing about one tricky about God rays, it's put it in right position for your sun. You need kind of almost tweaking to find right way, so you have sun going just right through the openings. Okay, and this still look too dark. Let's zoom out. So our clouds is located right here. Probably want to do is go ahead in atmosphere and reduce the height of our clouds, so our layer will be less. Okay, increase feathering down, okay, so right. Okay, also on the cloud, on the sky we increase size, but we density, so it provides a little bit more darker on the top. Okay, also fog and haze, and decrease a little bit glowing. The one other important things, it is a aerial perspective for the God rays, so it can view a little bit better that way. Let's click OK and let's render. Okay, so and you can see we have it already very nice looking with penetration. However, for this specifically scenery, okay, let's go to atmosphere editor. I don't think God rays will work very well. However, it does add a haze on the back, but it doesn't provide that dramatic effect that we should use. However, I want to use soft shadows. I like them better in mostly in forest or other things. So let's go ahead, boost up a little bit quality for our clouds. Okay, let's go to our lighting. If we increase light intensity for God rays, it will see even more of them, but I want just maybe pop up a little bit on the ground. Let's click OK, right click on the sun, edit object, we'll go to use shadows of shadows, click OK, and we're ready for our final render. This will be our sunshine forest. Okay, so here is our final image. Let's go ahead, save this and compare to our other ones. Okay, so here's our images we just created, and this is sunset. We have it next is our rain, and this is sunshine. So you can see with a different type of lightings and simple settings, you can have a total different look on the forest. This is kind of like light forest, and again it's up to personal preference which one you like it or what you want to use it for. Okay, thank you for watching this tutorial from Geek@Play Studio. Please come visit us on the web is www.geekatplay.com.